A good friend of mine was in town and staying at the Aria, so we decided it would be fun to put together a video. He's given me some intel on fake gurus, so he's been a big help to the videos I make. I hope you enjoy this format, as I'd love to have more guests on in the future, and I included some funny outtakes at the end so you can see that making a video isn't as smooth as it looks. Let me know what you think. Welcome everyone. We have a special edition today. We're going to be talking about how to spot fake gurus in real estate, and I have a guest who is very experienced in real estate, my friend Jesse.
What's going on, man? Thank you so much for having me.
Jesse is experienced. He runs a real estate company dealing with finding leads, skip tracing, going out and finding off-market deals. So he knows this industry as well as anyone. He's kind of behind the scenes. He's been a mentor to me, so I'm very thankful. Today, we're going to be talking about how to spot fake gurus. I'm going to start with the advertising, which is really hot right now on social media. You're probably getting blown up with how to get in real estate with no money down, no credit. You don't need anything. Look, no money down, you can become a millionaire tomorrow. What are they talking about?
So they're talking about wholesaling real estate. You actually don't need credit. You don't need anything. But what you need to do is you got to find agreements of sale. This is where you're going, saying you're a cash buyer, you're contracting a property, and then you're selling it to a person that's going to flip or keep the property. And you're just a wholesaler. You're connecting two people together, and you're making a profit in between, which is totally legal in almost all states. So disclaimer, you find out which ones aren't legal. Yeah. But it's been something that's been practiced forever, and it's one of the hot things that people are talking about social media. So
the strategy itself is legit. There's a lot of legitimate people finding deals off market. They're flipping it themselves, or maybe they're selling it to an end buyer. So that is called wholesaling. But what's key is we need to figure out how to spot the fake gurus from the real. Right now, I think there are some people that are selling the dream of wholesaling versus actually doing deals. So I think the first thing, and agree or disagree with me, I think that the first thing we need to find out is, are they still doing deals? Are they just selling the dream, or are they doing deals? Is there any way we can look at the guru and try to get a good idea if they're still in the business?
So that's the problem, is you could make more money selling coaching than you can actually wholesaling in most cases. The profitability is much higher when you're making a course. It's just a marketing cost and so on and so forth. So the question is, has that person reached that level to where they kind of aren't doing the business and aren't up to date with everything? Or are they still in the business and actually teaching you what they're doing today? So my favorite things actually are people that are going to boot camps. They're going to like a 3-day course. They're actually having my buddy RJ Bass III, shout out to him. He has these people come for 3 days, and he's literally setting up their whole business from start to finish. All the texts that he's sending out, the type of skip tracing he does, how he talks to sellers. He's literally setting you up. Now, is that for someone brand new? No. But that's when people are just getting their feet wet, something like that, I would recommend, definitely.
Yeah. So number 2 for spotting the fake gurus on real estate, I don't care for a lot of the advertising. I personally know how hard wholesaling is. And I'm lumping in marketing. I'm lumping in the video ads or the YouTube channel where they're really promoting themselves to be kind of more than they are. I find wholesaling to be the most challenging. Now, with the company you run, you are very familiar with this whole business, every aspect of it. Do you find wholesaling, which, by the way, is generally where the fake gurus lie, they generally sit in the wholesaling department. Do you find wholesaling to be the hardest part of real estate, or do you find another area to be harder than wholesaling?
So wholesaling probably is the hardest part of real estate. If you've already flipped a few homes, you just know the deal you need to get, and you're repeating a process most of that time. Finding deals, especially in today's market with such low inventory, wholesaling is super tough. But if you find deals, you can be super successful. What they don't teach you is it's probably going to take like 90 days to 6 months to actually get your first deal. And they're acting like you could do it in 2 weeks, call 5 sellers, ring, 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 I just made 50 grand, let's go. That's not how it is.
I think that's a big point with the fake gurus. I find the people that I follow on social media, I do enjoy struggle. I enjoy hearing about setbacks. I enjoy when people say, man, you know what? I'm pretty good at this game, but the last deal, I lost money. So maybe that's the next part of how to spot fake gurus. If everything they're saying is it's easy, the last deal I made 50 grand, and the deal before that I made 100 grand, it's so easy. Would you agree that kind of positioning this real estate industry as being easy is probably another sign that maybe they're just trying to sell you a system?
So yeah, if they're telling you, Spencer, it's easy, it's not. And the other way to spot a fake guru, and this is probably one of the biggest points that I'll make, is if they haven't been doing it for longer than 2 years, they shouldn't be teaching you yet, because they've maybe only done one marketing strategy, or this one way works. What if that way goes away? Have they built a team? Do they have the experience to lend to you to make sure you don't make mistakes in the future and really help you? And a lot of these people will be successful. They'll have 2 good months. Now they could go sell courses. No, no, no. That's how you get called out on his channel.
His company, Batch, deals with marketing, mostly off-market is generally the people that use your software.
Yeah.
They're going to be big real estate investors that are finding off-market properties. So you're aware of all the marketing channels.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
And so Jesse's seen all of the ways of marketing working and not working. You've probably seen the rise of ringless voicemail working, maybe not working in certain markets. So I feel like you would know better than most. And that's why I believe you're saying you need to know multiple marketing strategies because he's seen certain things work and not work. And are there gurus out there right now that you believe should probably have more time in the market as an investor before they start selling you their system?
Yeah, I mean, you're not selling a system. They're watching other people online do it, have a little bit of success, and then they start selling it too. Like, it's like all the fake stuff you talk about, it's all of it over and over again. Someone digests something, they have a little bit of success, and now they're an expert. Like, why is social media making so many experts? You're not an expert. Like, I've done this for a long time. I'm not a guru at all, but I have a lot of friends that do coaching, and I have seen a lot of people that are fake that do coaching. And the people that are successful are the ones that have been around for a long time. You have Sean Terry, Jameel Damji, Pace Morby, RJ Bates. I could go on and on. Brent Daniels, the whole list. These guys have been in real estate forever. Now, you know, some of their students may learn from them, and now they're meant to be a coach.
It's the natural progression in social media today, where you like take one course and then 3 weeks later you're selling the same information. But this is a natural segue into, for a positive end to this video, because we do a little critique. I think it is positive to enter a mastermind. I think for a lot of people looking back, I would have benefited greatly from being in a mastermind. So do you believe that there are good masterminds out there? And if so, do you think it would be beneficial for some beginners to enter into a mastermind of some sort?
So if you're a beginner, I would go on YouTube University and learn. If you're actually going to be successful in wholesaling or real estate investing, you actually have to be super proactive and you can't lean on other people. So in my opinion, if you're going to sit there and ask for help and try and have everyone hand feed you how to do everything, you're probably not going to actually make it. So I would go out, YouTube University, start just calling sellers. There's so many different ways to do it. You can watch Brent Daniels, as I said. Max Maxwell's great. So much free information everywhere. If you actually want to get into it, learn it. If you get a deal or two or you're really hustling, then I'd say hop into a mastermind or a course or have a mentorship. But you don't really need it. I didn't have a mentor and I've done thousands of deals. Would it have been nice? But I really didn't find someone that worked for me. You don't need one. It could shorten that timeline, but at the same time, if you get a part of a wrong mentorship or a fake guru, then you're going to have years of like money lost and doing things the wrong way and then you're going to get frustrated. You might give up on something you could have been great at.
Agreed. I do think masterminds are beneficial. I run a meetup in Las Vegas. It's free to attend. We have a lot of people come through, 15 to 20 people once a month. So there's value in joining, even if paid or unpaid mastermind. But I do think looking at YouTube's like one of the greatest resources I'm so thankful for YouTube. You could spend 6 weeks every single day after work watching YouTube. There's so much free value out there. And then would you agree that maybe once you get your first deal, you start making some money, then maybe if you feel like a mastermind could help you get to the next level, then you look at possibly a paid mastermind, or you try to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, I think that's totally the way to go. Is if you really want it, it's not that hard to figure out how to get a deal or two. And then that's where you could really take it to the next level.
I think we covered everything in this video. By the way, if you do want to check out, like if you want to look into real estate, the whole Phoenix crew is pretty legit. If you want to give out some shout outs to your crew out in Phoenix, they're awesome.
Yeah, I basically shouted them out, but I got a YouTube channel much smaller than Spencer's, Batch TV. We talk everything real estate. Great channel if you want to learn a little bit more.
Thanks everyone for watching this special edition up here in the Aria penthouse. To summarize the video, are they still in the business? Are they still doing deals? Can they help you, right? And are they pitching a system that sounds too easy? Probably stay away. It's nice to hear the real. It's nice to hear a little struggle. It's okay. We're all going to struggle at times, man. It's life. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.
There's a lot of coaches that used to do deals and now they're dinosaurs when they don't even know the marketing tactics that are working. You always have a good analogy, so give me one. This is going to be hard.
Yeah, this is new to me. I'm not good at this.
Because I didn't like the intro at all. I feel like we should.
You want to start over?
This one before, so I would go with more of a welcoming kind of like community, like you're welcoming the audience into the Smart Wizard.
What do you think?
Real fast, just a one little.
Does he need to be looking over there too?
Oh, yeah. Also, did you want to turn that off? Hold on, everyone quiet for a second.
Hold on. I need to have more energy. I feel like I'm like, it's not entertaining. It's
because you started going into wholesaling.
I want to start it over, so I'll just start from there.
And the question is wholesaling the hardest part of real estate?
Yeah, they're probably just trying to sell you a course. And the other thing, and the other point that I really want to make is, I don't know. Easy. I had something good. Oh.
Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I never know how to end the videos. I'll end it on a better way. Okay, we're all going to struggle at times, man. It's life. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.